The 22nd of November through Thanksgiving, through this past weekend, right up through Sunday, the 28th of November. So let me tell you what I did. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving celebration, as did I. And let me just make sure everything's in place here. Okay, so Monday the 22nd. I was here in the office in the first part of the day, worked on the trip plan for my travels with our travel coordinator, got that all settled, worked with staff, had the usual staff meetings, had to have a taping in the studio of a Thanksgiving special for our TV programs, and then Janet and I, our executive director, had a welcome lunch for our new receptionist. We always have these welcome lunches when we bring someone on the staff. Met with our media department, getting ready for our press conference in Washington, D.C., and much desk work with emails, and also preparing things again for talks that I'm giving about the Supreme Court case that is underway on abortion. Late afternoon, I left for the airport as usual, did phone calls and emails in the car and at the gate while waiting to board, and on the plane, catching up on various reading also of the Supreme Court briefs and so forth. Landed in New York at the White Plains, Westchester County Airport, which is just 10 minutes from where my parents live. Got a ride there and stayed there overnight. Tuesday, the 23rd of November, I went early in the morning. I had to get picked up at about 6:30 from my parents' house from a car service, and went into New York City. And to Manhattan. I hadn't been there in a little while. Went to the offices of Newsmax, the studios actually, and was interviewed there on one of the morning programs by Rob Finnerty. He wanted to talk to me about some spiritual perspectives on the pandemic, and also this is what I'm doing in regard to the Supreme Court case. So I did that interview there at Newsmax, said hello to a number of the people there. And then got a ride back to Port Chester, New York. Visited with my parents during the day, but also kept in contact with my office. We had to do numerous things in preparation for Washington, so it was sort of like a back and forth, being with my parents, catching up with them, seeing how they were doing, getting a few things done for them and their needs, and then also keeping on top of my emails, phone calls, and communication with the office. The next day, Wednesday the 24th, I had an early interview on Teresa Tomio's radio program, and breakfast with my parents, and then a data team meeting with our data team via Zoom, catching up again with the staff on their final day in the office before Thanksgiving. Had a very important meeting with our broadcast team, getting ready for the Washington, D.C. events surrounding the Supreme Court. And then again, intersecting with my parents, bought a new Christmas tree for the house and began decorating it. That's always fun. We decorate the tree early to welcome the beginning of Advent. And then was with them there at home. The next day, of course, Thursday the 25th, was Thanksgiving Day, and saw the parade from New York City in the morning on TV. And while doing that, finished decorating the tree. And also had to get onto my laptop for some significant periods of time working on things like the Defending Life programs, some plans for 2022, some communications with pro-life leaders who needed some information from me about schedules of events, some radio spots, writing up of new radio spots, approving some op-eds that have to go out. I had to get all those things in motion despite the fact that it was a holiday. So again, I was going back and forth between my computer and then time with my parents, and then in the afternoon we went over to my cousin's house for the Thanksgiving dinner. It was good to be over there, and also with my brother. And we had, you might have seen on my Instagram and Twitter, my posts about and Facebook too, my posts about carving the turkey and things like that. Friday the 26th, also a day of interacting with my emails and preparations, especially for this Supreme Court case. You'll hear a lot more about that, and also doing some things in the house, helping out my parents with a number of items. Phone call with our vice chairman about some matters regarding Priests for Life, and also regarding our relations with the Vatican. And then the next day, Saturday the 27th, got up nice and early and went back to the airport and flew back to Florida, got back to the office, and really both on the plane and at the office worked the whole day on this Dobbs case, the Supreme Court case, pulling together some information that will be used when we have our press conference and our media commentary as the case is heard on December the 1st. We're having a press conference on the 30th. You'll hear more about all that. But really, I spent all day Saturday and then again all day Sunday, the 28th, right here at my desk with this Dobbs case, pouring through all kinds of paperwork and documents and briefs and summarizing them for people, preparing some things for the media. Really took all day, both days. Had to do some additional things on Sunday besides the usual time for extra praise and worship. I did the 10 o'clock Mass, the broadcast Mass for the first Sunday of Advent, but extra time in prayer and rejoicing. But also had to get ready a radio show for Radio Maria, some radio spots regarding the Supreme Court case, and some phone calls with our Chief Technology Officer and other people as well. And got ready some Christmas cards. For example, our regional coordinators for the Silent No More campaign signed a card for each of them, because then Janet has to sign it and get that out in the mail this week while I'll be traveling. So all kinds of miscellaneous things like that brought me right to the end of the day on Sunday, and that completed these days from November 22nd to 28th. So once again, I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. And we will continue with these daily diary updates so that we can be fully accountable and transparent to you who support us and work with us for the unborn and for the kingdom.